The Go Tour Unova is here at last. The in-person events have begun, and the global events are just a week away, which means it's high time to analyze Black and White Kyurem, plus their signature moves, Free Shock and Ice Burn. So join us now as we get into our chilling analysis. Welcome back, everyone. So these two fusion forms have been longly anticipated in Go, so it's awesome to finally have them now. How good are they though? Well, let's take a look. Stat-wise, Black and White Kyurem are identical, having a staggering 310 attack, a solid 183 defense, and the same high 245 stamina as the base form. Overall, Black and White Kyurem have the 8th highest attack stat in the game, excluding Mega Evolutions. And while number 8 may not sound too impressive, all the others above it, like Pheromosa, Circuitry, and Deoxys, are all super glassy. The fusions, by contrast, have very nice bulk, mostly due to that high stamina. So I think it's pretty safe to say that Black and White Kyurem have some of the best stats in the game. For moves, we definitely need to start with the two fusion forms' signature moves, Free Shock and Ice Burn. Starting off with raids, the signature attacks look quite different. White Kyurem's Ice Burn is a 2-second 50 energy charged move with 90 power. This matches the likes of Fly in raids, which is a great charged move, though nothing outstanding. However, White Kyurem does have access to Ice Fang as a fast move, which gives it a strong single type synergy as a mono ice attacker. So for its performance, it comfortably takes the top spot as an ice attacker, allowing it to have a higher total damage output as well. Then as for Black Kyurem, Free Shock is definitely a stronger charged move compared to Ice Burn. It's a 1-bar move, but at 160 power for a 1.5 second duration, it's incredibly strong. The same power as Glaciate, only quicker. The catch though is that Black Kyurem doesn't have Ice Fang. This doesn't doom it though. In fact, in many ways, it ends up being stronger than White Kyurem due to the more OP nature of Free Shock. So let's take a look at them. In general, White Kyurem is the better ice attacker, especially against those that are double weak to ice, such as Landorus and Rayquaza. But with how strong Free Shock is on Black Kyurem, it getting hit by opponents' moves to give it residual energy can sometimes put Black Kyurem ahead. It also excels against Pokemon that are weak to Dragon and Ice types like Latios and Latias, Giratina, and Zekrom. And with party play, Black Kyurem easily becomes the favorite. But overall, they're both extremely strong for raids, and you really can't go wrong with either. Use one of them or both. They're definitely Pokemon that you want to be raiding for though, as their strength might enable solos for some raid bosses, such as Rayquaza and Landorus. So next up, we move over to PvP, where both Free Shock and Ice Burn are both 120 power moves for 60 energy, with a 30% chance to debuff the opponent. Free Shock's debuff is for attack, while Ice Burn's debuff is for defense. So right off the bat, these are both really strong moves, matching the likes of Meteor Beam, Darkest Lariat, Luster Purge, and Mist Ball, just with that 30% debuff chance. So starting things off with White Kyurem, it will undoubtedly run the moveset of Ice Fang alongside Fusion Flare and Ice Burn in the Master League. And Ice Fang will truly chow down on the Master League meta, hitting most of it for neutral or super effective damage, and being a big counter for things like Zygarde, Landorus, and Yveltal. Its biggest counters, however, come in the form of Solgaleo, Ho-Oh, Dialga, and Palkia, and various fairy types, but just about everything else in the Master League gets destroyed by White Kyurem, and even for all those counters, a Fusion Flare or Ice Burn will still pack a punch. As such, White Kyurem will become an instant top meta Pokemon, and I think Pokemon like Palkia, Rhyperior, or both forms of Necrozma will complement it well. Now as for Black Kyurem, while it lacks the accessibility to Ice Fang, the higher energy generating Shadow Claw will be insane for it. Not only will it be able to threaten fast move pressure onto the likes of Solgaleo and Necrozma, but the extra energy will let it throw Fusion Bolt and Free Shock with more speed. And if you know anything about the main series, you know that the ice and electric coverage, often named Bolt Beam, is incredibly strong. So with that, Black Kyurem will arrive as one of the strongest Master League Pokemon in the game, if not the strongest. Though it's definitely more reliant on charge moves compared to White Kyurem, which can be its weakness. While it dominates much of the meta in a 1 or 0 shield scenario, it does get slightly dampened in the 2 shield when the opponent offers up both of theirs. Various Dragon and Steel types can power through it a lot easier, such as Zygarde Complete and Melmetal. As a result, I think it's definitely important to pair Black Kyurem with something that can take shields from your opponent, such as Enamorus, Necrozma, Yveltal, or Mewtwo. So overall, the Kyurem fusions are incredibly powerful in Go. Do I wish they were made a little bit stronger for raids? Sure. but what we're getting now is already incredibly powerful. But now I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on Black and White Kyurem's release in Pokemon Go? And are you excited for the Unova tour? Let us know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, we'd appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if it's your first time here. We'll of course be covering Pokemon Go Fest this summer too, including guides, any new Pokemon, and more. Until next time though, thank you all so much for watching, and best of luck during the Go Tour Unova.